Now let's take a deeper look at the new revenue generation drive. I'm now being joined on the news at 10 by a partner and head commercial practice, Anderson Tax Nigeria, Chinedu Ezomike. Thanks a lot for joining us on the news at 10.
Thank you very much, Ijoma.
VAT, that revised, you're already smiling, revised value-added tax. Is this really the way, and is it the only way, for them to generate revenue at this time? Okay,
so before I answer your question directly, let me tell you where the government is coming from.
Okay.
Clearly, we're in a revenue crisis. Like you read in your news, the Labour wants more money, ASU is on strike, we want to build infrastructure and all that. We have been borrowing in an unsustainable manner. So government really needs to increase the revenue generation. And one of the sustainable ways of making sure the government has enough revenue is taxation. We have been relying on oil, but we don't have control over the oil prices. So definitely we need more taxes. However, is it really necessary to have new taxes? I don't think so. I think we have existing tax laws, which the government themselves have said that we don't have enough number of people paying taxes. Even the rich people that the VAT is supposed to target have not been paying the existing taxes. So you need to enforce the existing laws. A lot of effort has gone into this already. We had the VADES program, which is tax amnesty program we had last year. The idea was that after the VADES program, the government would then go ahead to enforce tax laws and make sure that people start paying taxes. I think that is the way to go.
Okay, well, let me ask you. You talked about the rich, and we heard that it will affect importation of jets and yachts. I mean, how many people have those? But looking at the increase in excise duties on carbonated drinks, for instance, we know how Nigerians like to party. Weddings. Why is this coming at this time? Because the bigger question is there is nothing in terms of cushioning the effect of people having less cash. But then the way they see it is this is more money being taken away from the little that you have already.
Absolutely. And again, going back to what government is thinking, this is a normal trend, global trends, where people are beginning to tax what they call sugar tax. So carbonated drinks, things that have excess sugar in them, you're trying to put tax on them, one, to generate revenue, two, to also control consumption. But I agree with you that this may not necessarily be the time to implement such. I mean, the economy is still barely growing, just around 2% and all that. We're talking about job losses and increase in unemployment and all that. I don't think we need any new taxes at this point. I think we should stay the course, stay with what we're already doing, which I think is working. I mean, at the last time we heard that the number of taxpayers have increased from about 14 to about 19 million within 2 years. I think that is remarkable. I think what the FIRS and the other tax authorities are doing is already working. I think we should stay course and just increase tax revenue based on the existing tax laws.
Yeah, but you keep talking about increasing tax, and that gets people a bit jittery. Looking at the over 8 trillion that we're looking for the budget, etc., etc., will this taxation, this one we're seeing now, be up to that? Is this the only thing that will be done for us to generate this huge revenue that we're looking for right now? Why can't the government look inwards? Look at their spending or any other thing besides people paying more?
Okay. Now, taxation is a social contract between the government and the people. When the people are supposed to own the government, so ideally the people are supposed to fund the government. And it actually follows that if people fund the government, they demand more accountability from the government. It is unlikely that government by itself will decide to cut its expenditure or cut its salaries or senators and all that. It has to be demanded by the people. Maybe when people pay more taxes, they will demand for accountability from the government.
Are you sure that is going to work, really?
That's what I said, maybe.
Because some of the, they keep saying, oh, we have the lowest rates, VAT and all that. You're looking at examples in countries where taxation works properly and the people actually get something from the taxes that they pay. But when you use that to compare with what we're going through right now, that we're not in that same position. So I don't buy the argument.
We're not in the same position, but we want to get there. Now, just let me walk back a little bit. Government will have a budget of 8 trillion. By government's own estimation, the revenue is supposed to be around 7 trillion. Out of that 7 trillion revenue, you have about 4 trillion that is supposed to go to recurrent. You have about 2 trillion that is going to debt service. So to implement the 2 trillion budget for capital expenditure, you are going to borrow again this year. It is not sustainable. Money has to come from somewhere. The question is, where will it come from? The oil revenue, we know where it is. We don't have any control over that. Where else can it come from? It has to be from taxes.
All right, thank you so much, partner and head commercial practice at Anderson Tax Nigeria, Chinedu Ezomike. Thanks a lot for sharing your thoughts and breaking that down for us on the news at 10 tonight.
Thank you very much.